Welcome to the Hoe-Busters Podcast, y'all. I'm your host, Dari.
And I'm your co-host, Nita.
And we have two beautiful guests joining us today to chop it up, share some of their life experiences. Yes. I'm so excited to have them. And so we're going to just, pick your brains a little bit, get, your perspectives on life, relationships, dating, all that good stuff. And so why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves and let the people know who y'all are.
Well, I'm Taris. I am 1/3 of Hoe-Busters Podcast, Charlotte's most dangerous podcast. I'm born and raised in Charlotte, so Charlotte, hey, 704 people.
I got a native. Yes.
Yeah, it's really not a lot of Charlotte natives anymore.
It's not.
It's a lot of transplants here, but if you was here when it was Eastland Mall, Midtown Square, Freedom, then you was a real OG.
I don't know about none of that.
Yeah, you a real OG if you was here. So, so shout out to all my Charlotte natives, for real.
Yes.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Syd, aka Trap Syd. I'm also 1/3 of Hoe-Busters Podcast, and just like my co-host Taris, I am also a Charlotte native, born and raised.
Nice.
And shout out to the city. Hey.
Yes.
I've been through the Charlotte trenches.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for being here. Me and Nita, I've been here about 12 years. And
Yep.
About same for you?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're still kind of exploring, learning the city, because there's just a lot to learn, a lot to do out here. But I love it. I really I can see myself here long term. I don't think I have any plans to go elsewhere. Y'all here for life, or what's going on?
No, I mean, me, it's crazy. Me and Sid talk about this all the time. I don't know if life sees me planting seeds here.
Okay.
I do see life bringing me back here for like an end chapter, finale chapter.
Okay.
But I don't know. I really see my whole future in Texas. Like I see my future in Texas. My husband is riding a horse in Texas.
Okay.
And I'm trying to ride a horse with him. You know what I'm saying? So I see myself in Texas for real. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I see myself in Atlanta. It's a city that has always called to me, and I believe in this relocation theory. Y'all know I'm a conspiracist. I love conspiracies. And it says if a city attracts you to it, it's because there is a chapter of your life that's meant to be there. Like you find your soulmate there, you find your purpose there. And for me, that has always been Atlanta. So I feel like my life
I'm going
is
to the
meant
Mediterranean
to be
then.
Look, I'm about to say, for me, I feel like it's Vegas, because Vegas is always calling me.
Okay.
And I'm just like, look, I went to Vegas. We felt like celebrities up in that bitch.
Okay.
So I'm like, listen, I told
Man.
myself, if I was ever to become a divorcee and my kids, I've got a few more years to get their asses out my house, but I might be going my ass to Vegas, because I like to party. I like to be on the scene. I like people. I like good times and energy. So Vegas was just incredible for us.
Vegas, I love Vegas.
Oh yes, look, we only went once. Well, she's been, I think, before more than me, but I've only been once. But that was enough. I need to go back.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for our opportunity. We're like, look, it's a new year, bitch.
Vegas is
We need to book a flight. Get up out of here. Oh, too funny. Tell us a little bit about y'all podcast, just how y'all got started in the game, and what y'all mission is and what y'all working on.
I'll let you take that.
Oh, okay.
I'll piggyback off you.
Okay, so Hoe-Busters was started. Let's see, I've been on podcasts 5, almost 6 years. So podcast was started 6, almost 7 years ago.
Okay.
So I started a year after it was started. It was started honestly with the intention of just being an outlet for the original crew.
Okay.
They wanted a place to come and just kind of release how they were feeling on things that were going on in the world, celebrity gossip, but also they had a lot of connections within the entertainment industry, and they're like, well, let's kind of piggyback off that. So they combined their interests and they created Hoe-Busters Podcast. And I don't know what happened the first year because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I can speak on going forward. Our podcast mainly now, we are an urban-based entertainment podcast. We talk about anything under the sun, from politics to celebrity gossip to love to relationships to sometimes we got to tell your music trash, like critiques. Like we don't hold back. We are very unadulterated. We are very unfiltered. We are very leave your feelings at home. If you are sensitive, this is not a podcast for you. We say anything in the context of whatever topic we're discussing.
Okay.
But it's always a fun time. A lot of people say like, y'all must really be friends, because it's almost like watching friends have a conversation. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, me and Taris friends.
Okay.
We kind of like the other one a little bit.
That other little nigga, man. We just be looking at him. It's great. This is I think I'm a full year now. So I've been a full year. Syd brought me on. I've been doing podcasting for a while by myself. I started in high school. Actually, in high school, I like to talk, and I was a social butterfly. I won a superlative for that.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, dang, how can I get more people to hear me? Because I got some shit to say.
Okay.
And so in high school, I did my little research, and I found a site. It's called Blog Talk Radio, where you can go live through the website. And you drop a link, and people come listen to you live. I did that in high school. I had the whole Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system listening to my podcast.
I love it. That's hot.
And it was just like dropping music and, you know, high school gossip. It was just really good. And so I've known Syd since high school. So I went to school. Shout out to North Carolina Central University, because I peeped it. I peeped it when I walked up that stairs. I was gonna clock it. I was rocking
that Aggie right here now.
I was gonna clock it as we walked up the stairs, but I didn't know the space was, you know, the stairs was a little tight, so I didn't know if you was gonna knock me between the. But I went to North Carolina Central, and I did audio net at Central, and I did the radio shows, and I did that because my major is mass communications with a concentration in radio broadcasting. So did that there, and I was doing my own radio show, Unscripted Radio of no scripts and no guidelines.
Nice.
And I did that for a while, and then I tried to realize that, you know, I need a big girl job. And so I had to get a big girl job, big girl money, and I went into education. So I am an educator as well.
Okay.
I tried to avoid that path. My mom was an educator, and I said, I'm not gonna be a teacher like you. I'm not gonna do that. It's stupid. She said, and sure enough, I became a teacher.
Okay, what grade?
I taught 12th grade and 9th grade at Philip Berry Academy of Technology. So shout out to the Cardinals over there. And I became a teacher, and then this year I became an educational program director with the YMCA Greater Charlotte. So
that's dope.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So during the day, I am an educational director, but by night, I'm unfiltered and out in the streets. Yes, I'm unfiltered out in the streets as well. Yes. So then Syd brought me on November. She's like, look, it's an opening. I feel like you'd be great for it. I want you to get back in your radio bag. I want you to do this. I want you to get back podcasting. So I was like, no, I don't. I think that life is move fast. And she was like, no, bitch, do it. I was like, okay.
You need that friend. Give you that push.
Yeah, I came to one show, and it was like all she wrote. So, you know, No Advisory, we are a family. We do our different segments. Syd has a segment, Hot Topics with Trappy, and she goes through all the hot topics, all the kind of the topics that y'all see through social media, and we bring it out for a discussion. You know, I ain't gonna say fallen comrade, that little nigga that we just CEO. Shout out to CEO, man. He does.
Shout out to our CEO. We love him.
He does his segment, What Would You Do? And it's just basically like a scenario, like what would you do in different scenarios? And CEO life is so crazy, y'all.
Yeah.
That should be outlandish.
Because they based on real world situations. Either he has directly experienced or firsthand, like somebody told him about the experience.
Okay.
Craziest stories ever.
And you just be sitting there looking at this nigga like, really?
It really happened.
And it really has happened.
Wow.
And then my segment, I kind of have multiple segments, so it depends on the day. It is Cocktails with Tea, so I give you a cocktail with a cocktail. You like that, didn't you? I saw your face. You liked that. You did. You liked it. I know.
Hence the eggplant.
Yes. So I give you a cocktail recipe, and then you'll get a cocktail sex story, sex question with it. Or I've been doing Ask Taris lately, so people been asking me like silly questions they just want to hear on the air, and then different relationship questions. But we really are a
cohesive unit.
That's dope.
Yeah, everybody has different personalities. I love it.
But they clash well.
They clash very well. Like, Syd is really neutral. She like Switzerland for real. Me and CEO though,
they like Russia and America.
Oh God, that's too funny.
Yeah, we got to argue. Men just like to argue till they prove a point. And
so we know.
And then him, I tell people all the time, think about the messiest person it's a man, ain't it?
Yes, we say that all the time.
It's a man, ain't it? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So are you ladies in relationships?
Give
us that tea.
I laugh because no.
Really? Okay.
No, Okay, so I just got out of a situation. Well, not just got out. This is going on. This was last March.
Okay.
And this is a serious situation. And I kind of just got out of that. And I've been healing. And so now I am back in the streets.
Girl.
I am back in the streets. I hate to say it.
Are you having fun in the streets?
No, I'm not.
Why?
The dating pool is pissy, sis. It's pissy.
You tell me.
It is piss poor.
I don't even step on the street.
It's just so disgusting. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just turned 31, so at 31,
Okay,
I'm looking.
She's a baby. I thought you were like in your 20s.
No, I just turned 31, so I'm looking for a different type of vibe, and the vibe is just not there. And then there's no in between. So you got the older men that's like
Trying to lock you the fuck down.
Right.
Get married.
But they still have, young tendencies. Or you got the YNs that's trying to take auntie off the street, but auntie not trying to hang out with you in the switch.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm with a YN right now. And it's fun.
What
I've had a little fun with the YNs.
What does this YN have you doing?
Nothing illegal. He values me too much for that. He don't even put me in situations where I even got a chance. for something to
You
go
smiling
wrong.
way too hard for y'all not to be doing something.
No, because it's just like, it's very refreshing that what I look for in older guys, I am finding in a younger guy.
Okay.
You know what?
I don't have to say I want flowers. He brings me flowers every week. I don't have to say, like, if he sees my gas, so he be like, go to the gas station, I'm about to get you some gas. Like, that's if he sees that something is going on in my daily life and it's kind of like stressing me out, he's like, how can I help? Talk to me. Like, those are things that
he's present.
Yeah, exactly. He's very present. He's very what's the word I'm looking for?
Intentional.
Very intentional.
Okay.
Everything he does is very intentional, and he's also very reassuring. Like,
that's dope.
I don't want anybody else. Like, I'm not looking for nobody else. Like,
smitten.
It's just refreshing, and I can't say I'm gonna be with this man for the rest of my life because who knows what life is.
Well, ask that YN. He got another YN then, because
you know,
you don't want them though.
I mean, say younger. Is he younger than you?
I'm 31. He is 24.
Dude. Okay. I just
look, young YNs for me was 30. Shit, I'm 38. His
mindset is like, like I used to talk to a guy that was 38, and the 28's mindset compared to the 38-year-old's mindset is like the 24-year-old
night and day.
That's what I was literally gonna say. So the younger guys, I mean, these dudes got decent jobs and careers, like own their houses, all kinds. And then it's older ones, they still renting and doing all these things. So I'm like, dang, it's just, where did switch? You know,
that's it. Like, no kids, like no baby mama, no crazy girlfriends, like own crib, own car. Got a job. Like,
right.
I don't have to worry about, oh, you out in the middle of the night doing street shit. Like, yeah, you a YN. I know you got it in you, but that's not the life you want to live anymore. Like, you want to be a legal citizen now. And it's like, I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the motivation. I appreciate the fact that I don't have to say, all right, what you doing today? You ain't go to work. You ain't make no money. Like, why do I have to motivate you? Like,
right.
I appreciate I don't have to do that. And coming from situations in the past where I have had to do that, I was like, I'm never doing that again.
I understand, honey.
Y'all ask the kids at the end of the day.
That's crazy.
Now listen, what is it like when you're dating and you have this social media presence? I'm sure you got the DMs popping at times and all that stuff. Are they secure enough with what you're doing? Do they support it? How do they feel about,
I don't know. I kind of been through it because I've been popular on social media for a while.
Okay.
And I've been really popular in Charlotte. So people know me based off my social media. Like, even when I went to Central, the first thing people say, like, oh, you Taris Unscripted from Twitter. Like, I was really that one for real. Like, I tell people I don't like to toot my own horn, but I was really that girl on social media. Like,
follow her on Twitter.
Yes, I'm really that girl on Twitter. So people knew me before they saw me, they knew my face. Okay. And then the recurring theme with men is just like, oh yeah, you popular on social media, you got the hoes. And I'm just like, bro, the first time I hear that, I hang up because don't come at me like that. Don't ever in your life, and I'm gonna say this, don't ever in your life talk to me about another nigga on the phone that we not on the phone with. Like, is this man on the phone with us? Is he in the room with us? Like, ho, is you cool? Like, no. Just don't talk to me about another man. And that's been the reoccurring theme with some people. But some dudes that that I've dated, they kind of just know how the game go. They know, like, all right, she be on social media, she be doing her stuff, and most of the time I'm on there because podcast,
Right.
or I'm doing content for myself, or I'm trying to, generate followings for myself. Social media is really an outlet.
Yeah.
And when I was in high school, that's what I used it for, an outlet. Like, when I was in high school, my dad passed away when I was 16.
Oh,
so I couldn't really speak how I felt out loud. Because at 16, you're dealing with so many emotions. You a 16-year-old teenage girl too. Emotions, you dealing with change. And then it was just me and my mom in the house. So I'm listening to somebody's heartbreak because her love is gone, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to express that to her because you don't want to burden your mom. And then your friends don't understand because they still with their parents, just spoiled. So you're having to grow up a little faster. And I use social media as an outlet because you can just talk to an empty space.
Yeah.
And somewhere, some way, somebody's going to retweet your tweet and relate to it, right?
Right.
So I took that and I ran with it. And so social media is really an outlet for me. Sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm not. And you can tell by the different posts that I put. And some men, they understand that. Some it's the ego. It's the
jealousy.
It's the ego. Yeah. It's the ego with it. Like, dang, she got all this. And insecurity. Because one thing about it, I like a man that's very secure in his position, very secure in what he do, and very confident in what he do. And when you step to me, like, this social media shit, this shit what I do when I come home to you, though, that's totally different.
Right.
Everything's shut down when I come home to you. So,
Absolutely.
So tell us about your geographic journey.
Ooh. Honestly, my geographic journey is based in North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm such a Tar Heel till I die. It's crazy. I like I said, I was born and raised in here, so I went to elementary school here, middle school here. I am a product of Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. And then I went to North Carolina Central University.
What year you finish?
I was supposed to in 2016, but my mom got sick with ALS, so I did not finish like I was supposed to.
Okay.
But we back in school now because when you get older, you're more
focused. Yeah.
But I went to Central, and I was not supposed to go to North Carolina Central.
Really?
My dream was I was going to FAMU. My dad's family, born and raised in Miami. I have 10 aunts and uncles. Okay. So I have like a plethora of jits and YNs in Miami. So shout out to my cousins and them. And I was just like, I'm going to FAMU. Da-da-da. My mom was like, no, you're not.
I wanted to go there too.
I did. I wanted to go to FAMU. I wanted to be closer to my family because FAMU was like maybe 3-4 hours from Miami, and I wanted to just be out of North Carolina.
Girl, I just wanted to be out of Connecticut.
Listen, I was just trying to be. I was trying to go and my dad, he's from Florida, and before he died, my dad was like 46, 45 before he died. He was a big Trina fan, right? Okay. So he was playing Trina in the house. We was just like, listen, I said, y'all going to Florida? I was like, yeah, pull over. I was ready to go. My mom was like, no. After my dad died, my mom was like, no. And I get it. Now I get it. She was trying to keep me close.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Clark, Atlanta. No. So I went on a spring break. My brother is a graduate of North Carolina Central. I think y'all about the same age. He's a graduate of North Carolina Central University. He took me on spring break. My mama sent me up there for a week to hang out with him. And I went to a 1040 break. So North Carolina Central 1040 break is between 1040 and 1120. Nobody has classes.
Okay.
So in front of the student union, there's a DJ, food truck, and ass shaking.
It's like a study break.
Yes, it's a mental break.
It's the littest thing ever. Like they build the schedules around the 1040.
Around the 1040 break.
Oh my God.
Nobody has classes. There's no class between that 45-minute break.
Okay.
And so my brother took me on campus. I'm like, man, we up in here early.
Yeah.
I got on campus and it was just like
live.
Oh my God.
I'm here. I have arrived. Oh my God.
Hell yeah. This was back in like 08. This was 08, so it's like 09, and this was 09, and it was just, I was just like, oh my God. That's why I first seen my first Q. I seen my first, I seen my first Alpha. I seen my first hood nigga with grills that had a whole book bag. I just was like, oh. And ever since then, I was like, this is for me. This is my ministry.
That is so
And so
funny.
ever since then, I was North Carolina Central till I died. So I moved to Durham. I was in Durham for a while. Came back to Charlotte after school. Was in Charlotte for a while. And then I actually moved to Miami for a couple months.
Okay.
And stayed with my aunts. And Miami is an amazing place. Amazing
I always
place.
want to go.
It's beautiful. Miami's very beautiful. It's really a melting pot of cultures. So you got Cubans, you got Haitians, you got Jamaicans, you got a lot. The only thing with Miami is it is very fast paced. It's really a version of New York, just warm and hot. It's very fast paced and it's very expensive. And I just could not come up with a legit reason why I needed to be there and why I needed to stay there and why I needed to kind of grow there.
Okay.
So I kind of just stayed there for a little while. I had to get my life together, kind of just get my head back right. Came back to Charlotte, and then that's all she wrote.
All right.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like our paths kind of similar. Also from Charlotte, a product of Charlotte Mecklenburg school systems, elementary, middle, high school. I also went to North Carolina Central, but I only went for a year. My mom got sick. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and at the same time that she told me she had breast cancer, she also told me she was divorcing my dad.
Oh,
so that was like a lot to take in. But I had a younger brother, so I couldn't like feel the feels. I had to big sister mode it up.
Yeah.
And I decided to transfer to UNC Charlotte and continue my education, but still be able to like help my mom around the house and take my brother places he needed to go to until he could finish high school. I did graduate from UNC Charlotte. What I went to school for is not what I graduated with. I graduated with a political science degree with a concentration in public administration and a minor in Spanish.
Okay.
Not at all what I started with. I was a double science major at Central. And when I got to Charlotte, it was just like, this is not going to work for me. Ironically, I actually changed my major my junior year. Like I did an internship. Everything was like, this is not for me.
Yeah. I wish I had done that. Now, I made my way to A&T when I'm up in Hartford. I'm from Connecticut. And so they do this. It's a really big church there that does an HBCU college tour. So I actually went my sophomore year of high school. We went to about 15 HBCUs from Morgan State to Alabama A&M, FAMU, Spelman. I mean, we
went to all of them.
They get you're out of school for a week and a half.
Yeah.
On the damn coach buses, staying everywhere and all the hotels with your friends. It was just the best time. But when I got to A&T, y'all, the niggas were fine. Yeah. I was like, listen.
Yeah.
I ain't nothing to talk about. I know I'm gonna come here and find my husband. Literally found him 2 months in.
Wow.
But we're divorced now. It was 19 years wasted. Wish I hadn't done that.
Wow.
But that's just for another story. But I really loved A&T. And I remember just waking up every morning, like under our doors. I'm sure y'all probably experienced like the flyers for the parties. And it was just like, I partied my ass off, okay? And homecomings and all that stuff. I just have love. Like, I have pride for my school, but I got HBCU pride, period.
Yes.
So, it's like we all our own little kind of small network, and we got to show each other love. But so I'm here, and, my parents actually moved to Charlotte together. Both of their jobs actually relocated at one time. When I left my ex, my daughter was like 1. And I'm like, damn, y'all coming down here now? I'm trying to get back north.
Right.
But they came down just to have a change of scenery and change of life. And so I found my way in here in Charlotte. And
what's that difference between Connecticut and North Carolina probably hit you in the fucking face?
Honey, it was so like, I remember my birthday's August 8th.
Okay.
And I had to come down for like orientation. So it was my birthday. My parents, they settled me in my dorm. Then they're like, deuces, we're driving back home. And I'm like, on my birthday, I can't wait till tomorrow. Like, no, you need to start making friends and figure out your life.
Yes.
So I remember like you sit at the little shuttle hub.
Yep.
And I'm like, I have my little headphones from my little cell phone. And I'm seeing this girl come to sit next to me. And she's like tapping my leg. And I'm like, can I help you?
Ooh.
And she's like, hey, how you doing? My name's Monique. And I'm like, nice to meet you, Monique. I'm Derry. And I put my headphones back in.
Ooh.
And she's like, and I'm like, do you need something? And she was like, I'm trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the hospitality thing was not something
Welcome
I'm
to
used
the South,
to.
baby.
I was just like, oh my God, this girl, I'm just trying to enjoy my little tunes in my ear.
Yeah.
But that ended up being my homegirl, like all the way through. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I had to just open myself up, like, talk to the people. Don't be mean, my girl. Like, what you want? Damn. It was just like that up northern kind of.
I will say that's the one thing about up north folks. Like, y'all not used to that Southern hospitality. Like, I'm talking to you. I will talk to a stranger in the store. Me and the lady next to me gonna bond over apples and,
we might bond over look.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's that Southern hospitality. That's why I tell people every time, welcome to the South, baby, because we're gonna talk to you. And then once we get that vibe, if we like you, we cool. But we don't like you, then we'll sweetly say, okay, have a great day.
That's it. But, I've adjusted, and I'm like, this is where I feel like I was meant to be. My parents are from the South, and so we don't even know how all of them made it up to Connecticut. But because my daddy's from Norfolk and Virginia Beach, my mom's from Montgomery, Alabama. So it was like, how the hell y'all get there? Now I feel like I belong here. So I'm going to be here for a while. Somewhere in the South. I could be here for a while, but then I might have to go out to the West for a little bit. Or, we'll just see where life takes us. But, yeah.
all over the place. Listen. I don't know about you up north folks. Y'all will transplant. I will say that y'all will transplant any city, any place, and y'all gonna talk shit about the place that y'all in for a while
because the food sucks here. It's nothing like the pizza or the Chinese from back home.
See, y'all just don't know where to go. That's the problem. When people say Charlotte has bad food, I'm like, y'all. Well,
please put me on. I need a good ass pizza spot now.
Yeah, because listen,
what's the best pizza out here?
To be fair, it's crazy. Honestly, Hawthorne's got great pizza.
Do they? I've never looked as many times I've been here.
Right across the street from me. You want to go to Hawthorne?
Yes. Yeah. And they got great pizza, great wings, and great pasta. Hawthorne's got Tony's pizza is pretty good. Yeah, take her Hawthorne's, please. Because hello,
we might need lunch. Something.
Yes. Because hello.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of great food spots now. I will say on the Chinese tip, I can't really. Yeah. I can't really give you that
to up north.
Yeah, I really can't give you that.
Don't. I have been experimenting from place to place. Okay, I'm gonna try this place tonight. They are not hitting on shit. Nope. Next place, and I just can't get one. Not one, y'all.
Yeah. I will say House of Lang over on Mallet Creek. That's the one I go to.
House of Lang.
That's a lot of people say that.
Yeah, that's my shit.
If a lot of people say, I need to take note of that. Y'all don't let me forget to put it in my phone.
It used to be at the boardwalk.
Yep.
It used to be at the boardwalk, and they closed it. They moved it to it's on Mallet Creek over there where all those like doctors' offices, the eye doctors where Bachi is.
I can go for some good ass Chinese today.
And I like them.
Chinese.
And I like them because I think they still are, because the Chinese spots that I be going to now, the chicken wings don't taste the same. And I be trying to tell people that it tastes different. They still got the same chicken wings, them barbecue spare ribs, and you can go in and actually sit down. I like going in and sitting down and listen. I be in there about to die.
Okay.
Woo.
Busting it down.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, see, this is why we need the Charlotte native. Because my God, I'm tired of experimenting. This is a lot of time wasted and money wasted on some badass food.
Okay.
So I'm excited to go and try that shit. Look, we might be doing Chinese, Janina, because I asked for some egg rolls and some barbecue spare ribs, like you said.
The spare ribs every time, and I be busting them down.
I love it. Oh my God, y'all are too funny. We try to talk, about relationships. We just had a very interesting conversation with these two guys. Lord. They're also content creators and stuff on TikTok and whatnot. But one question I wanted to ask them, because me and Rock were talking about dick pictures, y'all.
Oh my God,
y'all. What's with these sending these dick pictures?
I hate unsolicited dick
pics.
Yeah.
Do not.
Oh my God.
So gross.
No dick pic, because I'm not gonna ask, but don't send me one unsolicited. I don't want to see that in my phone. Like, I don't know why it creeps me out.
Me
and it's not
too.
like if I see it in person, I'm like, oh yeah.
All right. We all
turn up, but don't send that to my phone. Like, why? Like, it just gives top tier.
You know what? One thing about dick pictures, I'm such an action person, and I notice everything. Like, you send me a picture, I'm noticing from top to corner. You sending me a picture. First of all, you ain't even put no lotion on that ashy ass dick.
Okay.
You just sending me shit, and then you got your feet, and niggas be sitting with the feet and the toes, and I be pissed off because some niggas do not take care of their feet, and that's the problem for me.
I don't like that.
And so now I'm not even noticing your penis, and I'm looking at your feet, and I hate dick
ashy.
I will say on the other side, okay, because y'all, you know I'm finna go with it, right? You know I'm finna go with it. On the other side, I like a good video. I like a good video if I want it. I like a good video.
You out here in these streets, what videos you talking about? What's going on here, girl?
What? I like a good video. Put a little commentary in the video, a little moan. You know what I'm saying? Little sounds in the video.
One of those.
Mm-hmm.
Like an eruption video.
I don't mind. I don't mind those if we're dealing with each other. If we're dealing with each other, but still, even unsolicited.
It's the unsolicited part.
I'm blown away. I wake up sometimes and I send Aurelia the pictures. I'm like, bitch, look at this food and sit. And I'm like, why you send me this? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even mean to. You know damn well you meant to send this. Then they be like, well, what you think? I think this is disgusting.
Women right, that's what I'm saying. And it'd be like mid-conversation. Y'all be talking about nothing. Like, did you eat today? All of a sudden, boom, dick in your face. And it's like, bro,
what is
good morning, beautiful.
Appetite.
Dick in your face. Hello.
Y'all, I was dealing with this YN early last year. I had met him at a party, a kid's party. Okay, it was just a mutual friend of my friends. God. Right? He was just so like, oh, please, like, you're so beautiful.
I feel this story escalating. Please continue,
y'all. And so he had braces.
Oh,
and I'm big on teeth. Okay, braces. I know your teeth gonna look great when they come off, but he still had a year. So I'm like, I've never kissed anyone with braces. I've never gotten any of that down there with braces. Right. So I'm a little skeptical, but I'm like, I was in a space of exploration and, just, having some fun. So why not? So we're talking probably like a week and great conversation. He was from the Greensboro area. So he was like, I'm coming out there to see you. Let's do something. I want to plan something really nice. Y'all. I wake up to the good morning, beautiful text with this picture. This was the nastiest fucking picture. He had the nut dripping all on it. And then the angle was terrible. And it looked so small. And I'm like, now you know damn well you done blew all your chances. Because first of all,
I'm about to say, I know she ain't about to pull out that damn picture.
I probably still have it.
Because you was about to get great commentary from me because I was going to analyze every part of that.
I still have it, I'm sure. But I was so like, I can't do this.
Appalled.
I'm like, well, I gave you a chance. Don't blow it.
Yeah.
You blew it. And that's what I don't think these men understand. We didn't even go, I didn't ask for this. I didn't need this.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like the element of surprise a bit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just when somebody pop it out and it's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
But when I don't, like, if you have to give me the preview, I feel like there's some reason why.
Exactly.
Like, I just want to prepare her that it's small. I want to prepare her that it looks weird. I want to prepare her that I'm not circumcised. I want to prepare her. Maybe I appreciate that because then I could say no thanks. Because then if we were in person and you drop your drawers and it's that, I might be like, nah, we can't do this.
These niggas are whores. They are whores. They're whores for real. Like, you would think, like, the way they going, this is how men be. Sometimes this is how some men be talking about how women are sending pussy pics and shit, but these men are whores.
Women are doing that?
Oh my God.
I ain't know this.
Listen,
I'm not doing
I've
that.
never sent a pussy pic. You ain't there now, nigga.
I'm not going to say I haven't.
Nobody in
Hey.
But nobody can say I sent a pussy pic. Ain't nobody say that. You've seen that shit in person, live in action.
Listen, again, when I left, see, I'm 16 months single.
Okay.
After 19 years being locked down. So, you know, that's like
you fresh out the yard.
Baby, fresh out the pen, happy, free, and everything just like...
What's that Drewski video? Demon Home? Demon Home? Yeah, you back home now.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Listen, and so I was having a little fun early on. Then I had to stop because I'm like, damn, now I'm starting to do the modeling and I'm starting to do the social media. Damn, people got pictures of me. And then the sad part is I reconnected with somebody not too long ago and they was like, oh yeah, your number's still the same? And I said, oh, damn. And so I'm like, I know you still got that thread, don't you? Oh, I don't delete nothing, baby girl. Damn.
Niggas don't delete shit.
They don't, especially when it come to that.
And then they be sharing the pictures with their friends.
They friends.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
And that's why I can't send you.
And now, so I've learned, hell no more. I don't give a fuck how mad you. I'm not sending that shit out. I got to be a little bit more careful. So I'm just waiting for somebody to blackmail my ass. Like when I blow the fuck up, they're gonna be like, look, bitch, you don't give me this money, or I'm gonna release these pictures. And I'm gonna say, go ahead and do it because they fine anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild. Yeah, these pictures are a little wild for me, but I like I said, I like a good nut video. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little. One thing about it. Okay, one thing about me, and I'm honest. You know, people who watch the podcast or who know me know I'm very much so unfiltered about my sex. Like I like sex. Sex is healthy, right?
You like porn.
So that's the thing. I don't like porn. I don't like it now. I would like to create my own with whoever I'm with, but I don't like porn like that. Like it's just
the ding-a-ling explosive videos that ain't porn to you.
But you know why I like that though? Because it's the anticipation. Because I know I'm finna get that dick. I know I'm finna get that.
Different. I feel that.
I'm finna get that. Like once you send me that nut video, yeah, we're probably scheduling time for me to come get that. Porn don't do nothing for me because I can't get. It's like I can't get the. But you send me that nut video, I'm probably gonna see that in about a couple hours.
Oh my God, that is so freaking funny.
Yeah, what you got going on later?
I can understand that.
Yeah.
See, I can't really do porn. I used to actually do a lot of porn when I was married, and I feel like I just needed like something to help stimulate me that wasn't my ex-husband.
Yeah.
And so we'd watch it together when we're doing it so I could just kind of be focused on like, damn, if that was the dick that I was fucking right now or things like that. But actually once I left, I stopped watching porn. I might have put it on like a late night private session just to listen. And I like the audio. I like the...
And that's what I said. In the nut videos, I'm very much so auditory, and I don't know if that's my love language or whatever, but like even during sex, I like praise. Like I like praise.
I can understand that.
I like
Talk
hearing you talk me through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I said, you know, dick pictures and nut videos is, you know... Dick pictures, I really just cannot because it's just so awkward because I don't know what you want me to do with it for real.
What am I supposed to do?
But nut videos, I can definitely give you some. Okay, so at 35 seconds here, you was like, said my name. Can you say it again? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to all the nut video takers. We appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Oh my God, that shit is too funny. So, do you guys actually have any desire to be married? Especially like where the times we're in right now, because we hear this conversation that marriage really benefits men far more than it benefits women.
It definitely does, though.
My God.
Yep.
It definitely does in all aspects.
For me, my answer has changed throughout the years.
Okay.
So honestly, growing up until I was 27, 28, I had no desire to get married or no desire to have kids. Like that just was not for me.
So that's
like,
my girl
I
here.
grew up raising all my cousins.
Okay.
I don't want to raise nobody else.
Yep.
Like I was sick of it. Marriage, everybody in my family or everybody that I knew was married. Their marriage was on the rocks or they was divorced, including my parents. So there was no real
appeal.
Positive. Yeah, like there was no enticement for me to get married. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, it's a government paper for them to be in my business. What changed that is I have a younger brother. We are considered Irish twins, but he is my younger brother.
Okay.
And he got married. And I have always loved, ironically, never wanted to get married, never want to have kids, but I love. And to see just such a display of love, like at his wedding, is truly what flipped that switch for me. Like, you know what? I want to be married, not for the wedding part, but I desire to share a love so deep with somebody that I truly become one.
Yeah.
And for me, that was like, honestly, that's kind of what made me switch and want to have kids too. Like, just seeing that is like, okay. Because I got faith in my brother. Like, my brother, he's a traditionalist to the core. Like, he's a veterinarian. He always knew he was going to be a veterinarian. He always knew he was going to NC State. He always knew he was going to get married. He always knew how many kids he wanted, the type of house he wanted to buy. Like, he's knocking those off his checklist. He's always been like that. So if I got faith in anybody, it's in my little brother.
That's good.
I know they married.
So you do got an example. Good. Good for you.
I think for me, I grew up total opposite. So when I grew up, all I saw was healthy marriages, love, like my aunts and uncles, people that, you know, my parents' best friends I grew up church with. Even my mom's brother and my aunt, they're not legally married, but they're common law married. So all I saw was love, right? Before my dad died, my parents were married 28 years before my dad died. Okay. So I never saw anything but love. So marriage was always a goal, right? And in high school, I jokingly said that, like, damn, I must have missed a paper in high school where people said, you know, in high school, you like, yeah, I'm gonna get married at 25. I'm gonna have the dog.
Right.
I'm gonna have the house. I'm gonna have like 2.5 kids. Like, I just knew that. And so when I hit 24, 25, I'm like, yeah, that shit ain't happening right now. But, you know, all right, about 28, 29, I'm gonna have somebody. 28, 29 coming, it's just like, So now I'm 31, and I'm not saying the idea of marriage is slipping. I will say, I'm gonna be honest, I have lost a little hope in marriage, although that is for me, like, people know me, I'm a lover girl. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like, I'm a lover girl, like, husband, not more so catering, but I'm just very much so I'm a lover when it comes to, like, even friendships, relationships. Yeah. So marriage is definitely like my goal. I'm an educator. People know one thing about it, Taris love a kid. So I want to have kids of my own. But it's just the way that dating and life is right now, how the world is, it's just very much so, it's scary.
It's very scary.
And I think now I'm just scared, and there is a fear of getting married and then having that shit blow up in my face and having it to, like, you have this whole idea of being married, and then 10 years down the road, you don't even know who this person is, and you divorce and everything. And honestly, that's where a lot of those people that a lot of my friends who I was a little envious of get married, now they're in different spots where it's like, oh damn, I thought y'all was like good and happy. Like, so it's just a little fear here. The marriage is still the goal. I'm just more cautious, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm glad that y'all are at this age and y'all can kind of see the good and the bad and the ugly of it, because, you know, when you are that young, like, I was 18 when I met my ex-husband, and my parents have been married for 42 years, so all I've grown up seeing is a fairly healthy. They have their dysfunction and their shit too, but and I come from a huge family. My parents together have about 17 siblings. So I've seen so many examples of people, like, only way they getting, you know, they're separated through death or very few divorces. So I just kind of always had this fantasy in my young mind that this is what it's supposed to be. You go to school, you get the degree, you get married, you have the kids, and I did it backwards. So I had the kids and then got married. I was only married for 5 years. So with the man for about 13, kind of off and on in these little weird spaces. But knowing what I know now, oh my God, my perspective of it is so different, especially having gone through it. I love it. Freaking love it.
Yes.
So I actually desire to remarry, but it's like, oh my God, trying to do it in this space now where men are like, I just want to have my different bitch for every day of the week.
Yeah.
I just want to be out here getting as much pussy as I can get.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go and report to nobody.
Yeah.
I just want to have my fun in these streets. It's like, oh my God, nobody want to play stepdaddy. You got kids.
Yeah, you too old for that. Sit down somewhere.
And then you got people who, like I said, I hate to say it, Kevin Samuels, those red pill followers. And it's the way that the world is with, for example, I can't stand these motherfuckers, but Fresh and Fit. Those and how they tell you how you supposed to go find a woman.
Podcast bros. I hate them.
I hate when I say I hate them motherfuckers, I hate them. Because you ever listen to their rhetoric and how they supposed to say a woman is supposed to be and what a woman should not be. And I just listening to this, and these men, some of these men really do follow that.
They do.
And I tell people all the time, it's already hard for me as dating because I got 3 strikes against me. One thing, I'm a woman, I'm black, and I'm plus size, right? So dating for me is just a little bit different than it is for my counterparts.
Yeah.
So it's already hard. Then you got to deal with these that believe in all this stupid ass rhetoric and shit.
Yep.
So it's really that's why I said it's where that fear comes in, a fear of meeting somebody and, putting yourself into them, and then y'all grow until y'all get to a point in marriage, and then like 10 years down the road, you don't even know who this motherfucker is for real. So it's just like, it's scary. And then I'm also on one half of the brain, I'm dealing with, damn, all my friends are getting married, having kids, and I'm 31 and have not even experienced I've had a long-term relationship, but I've not had a long longevity relationship, like anything past a year and a half.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. Cause it's like, damn, am I doing something wrong? Right. Or if I'm not like, what am I not, what's not clicking here?
I see.
But I'm in the process of learning myself and loving myself, and I'm realizing it's not me.
It's not you. That's the thing I think is unfair. We put so much pressure on ourselves because of what we're seeing in the social media shit. I think, how much damage is it doing to us just as people, as relationships, society, our children? The kids are obsessed. They're killing themselves if they can't get TikTok. I mean, it's like, what the hell is going on? But we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And it's like these men, they're not putting the pressure on themselves. No. They think that we're
very selfish.
Oh my God. And that's the part that blows me away. So it's like when you find a husband that young and you get married, you go through these phases and you're like growing up together. Like I grew up with my ex-husband, you know what I mean? And now when I'm in my, pushing 40, I'm like, everything I thought I knew, that shit was a lie. It just didn't exist. Right. It takes so much more work, and these men don't be willing to put in the work. But at the same time, I think understanding, like, we got to have higher standards. We have to have values. We have to really practice self-love first, because these men will manipulate and take the fucking advantage of you. And they'll play off of your insecurities. They'll play off, oh, yeah, I think you're a big, beautiful girl. And then they're out here looking at Janitas all day. You know what I mean? It's like, so then you're building up these insecurities.
Janita got a straight. She's like, the little cute ones, you know? She pulled out Kitty Sim. Fuck you, Sim.
Like, they come over here. I'm going to break their damn heart. You don't play them games on me. Okay. So you stay over there.
But I settled for so much of the bullshit because my self-esteem wasn't where it needed to be. And he caught me at a vulnerable space where I'm new to this area. I didn't know anyone. Right. He just, again, swept me up like, oh, you're mine. I just want to be your one and only. We're going to be like your mom and dad. They feed you these fantasies and all the future faking and shit they'll do with you. And I just wish I had enough sense or enough people around me to really school me to this shit. Yeah. Like older cousins or older friends or something to tell me.
And that's the beautiful thing about this period in time, is that the women are actually sharing the information out openly, so that y'all
don't make the same mistakes.
Right. Because I wish somebody would have told me the same thing too, because I was engaged twice, and a lot of men, they prey on your vulnerability of being young and naive and not experienced, and it backfires, because then you'll look back and be like, damn, like I gave up my whole life for this guy.
I gave my 20s. And most of my 30s.
Years. But I'm be honest with you, the older you get, the better your years get.
They do. Like, I feel so good being in this space. And I have so many now older friends who are in their 40s and some in their 50s. And I'm like, you know what? Because you learn so much about yourself. You're so much more self-aware. You're more experienced. You just kind of know some shit. Sexually, you're just more... in another space, because when I was young,
you know your body.
I didn't know shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind Like, damn, this is dope to be here and to be single, but it's kind of scary. Like, damn, but these men, they're still immature as hell.
Yep.
And they don't want to put in the work to do better, be better. They're looking for a come up off of you and you.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got degrees. She's got this. She's making moves. Hell yeah, I'm trying to ride her fucking coattails.
Yeah.
And there's too much of that.
Be selfish. Don't compare your life to anybody else's because your journey is unique.
Yours.
Is your journey. And I would definitely not center it around a man. Because literally my life has always been on the upward trajectory when I wasn't in relationships.
I think when I was younger, that was my thing. When I was like 25, 26, it was just like, okay, I gotta be in love. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And then the last like 4 or 5 years, I've just kind of gave it a I don't give a fuck type of attitude. Yeah. And so
hang up the fairy tale.
It has gotten better. And that's why I say at this point in my life, every like subject in my life has gotten significantly better. Work, love, friendships. The relationship part is just still lacking only because not because of me. Like I said, I'm realizing it's not because of me. It's like you say, it's these men and how they're moving and the rhetoric they're spewing out and stuff. And so I'm realizing like, look, like before I ever give myself to anybody, this shit has got to make sense. If it does not make sense, I'm not doing it.
You have to be prioritized in the relationship.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you also have to do is show yourself grace. Like, do not worry about anyone's perception of you, only your own.
Absolutely.
That's the one that matters the most.
It sure does. And I get being like seeing your friends in that space because I honestly think that's why I jumped into it. I knew walking down the aisle y'all was making a mistake. I wanted to cancel the wedding the night before. I just didn't have the heart to do it because I had 180 guests at the wedding who I know didn't have like swiping credit cards for hotels and flights, like maxing they shit out. Like I felt so guilty because so many of my friends were getting married. And it's like, I just felt like I missed my time. Like the Risa Tisa story, like, you know, she felt like it was her time. Like, this is my time. I might as well. We got the kids. But looking back on it, oh my God, what a regret. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, no, I'm going to start this podcast. I'm going to speak my truth and let people know. And it's so crazy because I've had a couple of friends in my circle, even my recent childhood friend, she called off her wedding. I just reconnected with her 2 weeks ago. Oh, wow. And she was like, she called me. I'm like, who's this? Like, did you pocket dial me? Where the hell you come from? And she's like, yo, you're not going to believe this. Like, I left him after 15 years. And I'm like, wow. What? But y'all was about to get married. And I just knew it wasn't right. And I'm like, that's so scary too. But there's so many people, I think it's great that we have these spaces to have these conversations because hearing the realness of what it is, we're not living in the fantasy no more. No. This shit is a lot of work. But I'm also happy to see because I am coming across men who are actually taking time to heal themselves.
And want to get married.
They're getting forced to heal. Right. That's the thing because
they
women is like,
I'm not going to have shit if I don't do this. Okay. I don't know if you can mammy. Go heal. I don't know if you're familiar with how I got the Hoe-Busters name. Okay. But my ex-husband, after he had a girlfriend, his first girlfriend, he was in love with the whole relationship. Always compared to her, could not let her go. I would sporadically find little moments where she's back in his phone. He's back sneaking. So his 20-year reunion, he tried to, he wouldn't let me go. His 20-year high school reunion because he wanted to see her without me cock-blocking, right? But I went through his phone one day and then had to pull records. And that's when I discovered, he linked up with her the weekend of the fucking high school reunion, which was also the weekend of the Q Conclave. And so I was like, so I wasn't too upset. Go. The one
that was here?
Yes. Ooh, so this was just a couple years ago.
I was outside.
Baby, I was outside. When I tell you them,
He was outside.
We was at the pool parties.
Listen. At the damn Le Meridian. Each other, didn't even know. But when I tell you, it was so crazy. And so when I confronted him, like, yo, you still trying to get this bitch? It's like, you're the fucking hoe-buster. So it was like, a hoe-buster? You call your wife a hoe-buster, bitch? And I just was like, I got to do something with that shit. And so so that's how we started the podcast. But we like to ask the question.
Yes.
Tell us the time when you had to be a hoe-buster.
We need a hoe-buster story.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy. Go ahead, because you know the one I was about. Go ahead, because you already know the one I'm about to tell. Go ahead.
Shit, you know my series. The world know my series.
Oh, my God. Yeah, yo.
I was in literally a Risa Tisa relationship. I just have not told my story on TikTok, but podcast has heard it. YouTube has heard it. Instagram has heard it. Yeah,
we lived it.
We lived it. Good. He was on podcast with us. we lived together. Come to find out, he was having sex with a girl that I was employing as my videographer. Our videographer, really.
Oh my God.
I was doing videos with the girl, photo shoots with the girl. I was getting her additional bookings. Like anytime somebody would book me, I had it in my contract where they had to book her for the visuals. Like they was having sex to the point like he wasn't even coming home. And he used to use the excuse of he drove Uber and he drove Lyft all day. That's why he would never come home, or he would be there.
How you find out?
It's God. I always say it's God, because it's no way that I honestly should have ever found out. The relationship was perfect until it wasn't, if that makes sense. Like everything was perfect.
He couldn't play both sides at the same time. For
somebody randomly, I will never forget this, May 14th, 7:45 in the morning, somebody texted me from a text-free number and sent me a link to a Twitter page. And the next message said, "Watch this bitch with your man." And I responded back, "Who is this?" Because first of all, a lot of people didn't even know I was in that relationship unless you wasn't in my inner circle.
Right.
Like, I'm not the type of person to broadcast my relationships because I don't want outside influence.
I had somebody do that to me too. But it was after we had broke up. They were like, he was cheating on you.
Oh no, we were still living together.
Yeah, they were. We didn't even. Who the fuck is this? You would never know they were together. Like even on podcasts, we would never like.
Oh wow.
You could, if you really pay attention, you could catch some stuff, but you never knew they was together.
Like, and I clicked the link, and it was a video of my ex-boyfriend and my videographer having sex on Twitter. They have a page, and she was like a whole like. In real life, you would have never known. In real life, she was shy. She was withdrawn.
Did she shoot that video? Was she the videographer of that video?
They popped the camera up somewhere because she had on a Rey Mysterio mask, sucking his dick through the hole in the mask.
It was one of those.
He's moaning like, it got, when I tell you, when I found out, it got ugly. I am still banned on Instagram from going live to this day.
We
like,
had a whole scandal.
Ham. See,
that's crazy.
Don't like me talk about it. Yeah, they know. Yeah.
I don't even know what happened there, girl. We might just have to let it hang.
Let it hang.
But yeah, like
that's crazy.
And then what? Like I'm the type of person. I gotta go straight to the source. I don't like that he said, she said shit. No, I put both of them in a group chat together and confronted them both. And
what they say?
My message was, "How long y'all been fucking?" Like I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. I seen the evidence. So how long y'all been fucking? They both text back at literally the exact same time. He denied it and she confirmed it. His response was, "I don't know what the fuck you talk about. Check your sources."
Of course.
Her response was, "I'm so sorry. You was never supposed to find out. He told me not to say anything to you." And that is what confirmed it. And after that, all hell broke loose.
You gotta tell.
What do you mean all hell broke loose?
Okay,
about all the information that we got. You know
oh my.
The videos. Okay, so basically, I was a woman scorned, and this was the first time that this has like ever happened to me. Like, somebody came to me as a woman about a man I'm living with. Like at that, I was just like, what the fuck is like? I was literally in the twilight zone. I don't even remember doing any work for the rest of the day.
You blacked out.
It was a Tuesday, May 14th. I'm telling you, I will never forget this. I don't remember doing nothing at work all day. I remember being in the warehouse of my previous job because I immediately started posting shit from their Twitter like, "Oh, you want to be a hoe in private? No, bitch, be a hoe in public."
Right.
Was posting her, tagging her. She's like, "Stop tagging my business page." No, bitch, you want to destroy homes? I'm destroying businesses.
I know that's right.
I was on a rampage.
I've been there.
And
because that shit'll make you ready to fucking
I was ready.
murderous.
I was a crash out
to the dude though.
Oh, I never saw him again. Like he never came back to the house. Like even it's so much to the story. I had to tell you off camera. I end up literally almost getting put out the house because I was under the impression he was paying the rent. The rent was never getting paid. I literally almost got evicted out of the apartment. So I ended up like
it was in your name.
Yeah, that's what I said. This is a really a Risa Tisa story. Like when I tell you, everything literally happened for God, and people say I'm crazy when I say I'm so grateful that happened because I needed that to happen. I needed to be knocked off my pivot to understand you really gotta watch people. Pay attention. Here. You gotta, you can't bring everybody in with you. You can't. Everybody is not your friend. Nope. And I was like going ham on Instagram. I was posting their videos. I'm like posting shit. A girl hits me up from New York. A girl in New York, Rochester, New York, hits me up. And she says, "I'm not gonna lie to you." She said, "I've been stalking your page since August. Me and my ex-boyfriend, her and my ex-boyfriend have been in a relationship for 3 years. mind you, he's done lived in Charlotte for like the last 5-7 years. I don't know at what point they got in a relationship, but she said they had been in a relationship for 3 years, and she had saw something a while ago back in like the end of July, beginning of August, a picture of me and him that he like, it was like a podcast picture, but he reposted it to his page because he's on podcast.
Yeah.
She saw it and got suspicious of it and was like, why are you so close to her? Why y'all look like y'all hugged up? Again, if you actually paid attention, you could kind of tell like, okay, they got something.
Yeah.
But if you're not paying attention, you just think it's just a podcast picture.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I talked to that girl from 10 o'clock that morning until I got off work at 4:30. I talked to that girl probably 6 o'clock, and I know it was 6 o'clock because I remember I was so distraught. I'm about to like bring out tears even think about this. I called my mom and my dad and was like, y'all need to meet me at mom's house right now because I'm about to crash out. Like, I'm about to go to jail and kill this man. And my parents pulled up, and just the support they gave and stuff, like I was literally on the phone with the girl that was telling me all this.
Right.
And he called her while she was on the phone with me because he didn't even know that we knew each other, had a conversation or anything. So she was like, hold on. She was like, I'm going to hang up. And then I'm going to tell him I'm going to hang up and I have to charge my phone. I'm going to call you and put you on mute and have him on three-way and call him back. She called me, told me to put myself on mute, had him on three-way, and he called having a conversation like nothing had went on. His day was not impacted. He wasn't sad. He wasn't nothing. And she asked him about it. She was like, who is Sydney and why she keep posting you on your story like y'all was something? He was like, oh no, it's this girl. She don't got shit going for herself. Like, I'm just with somebody trying to help her out. She's obsessed with me. Like, he spun the whole story. He told this girl I was broke. He told this girl I didn't have shit going for myself. He said I was a moocher. He said that he was paying my bills. He said that he was paying my podcast fees. He was keeping weed in my lungs. He was keeping gas. Like, he wasn't doing nothing.
He's saying this to this girl, but we know him in real life, so we know it. So it's weird, but this girl, she don't know because she don't know, right? Here. So as Syd is telling her this, we like, bro, what? Like, it was crazy. It was wild.
And eventually, like, it got to the point where like he just kept going. Like, he started, okay, so my dad last year had heart surgery. He only has half a heart. He has an LVAD machine attached to his heart. He started going in about my parents. Like, my mama wasn't shit. He hoped my daddy died. Like, he took it to the extreme, to the point I couldn't even keep my composure on mute. I had to unmute myself. And I was like, you really doing all of this, but your shit is still in my house. Like, everything you own is still literally at my crib. Why are you doing this? I'm not understanding. He was like, sometimes you just got to act a part. And I was like, so you never loved me? He was like, I mean, there was times I could see it, but no, everything was just the act. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Now that's diabolical.
I'm going to fucking kill you. Like... Oh, I'm telling you, it's really a story time. Like, if I ever sit down and actually record it, it's gonna go viral because there's so much that has to be unpacked in that story.
We'll have to give y'all the link to the episode that we unpacked all this.
Oh my goodness,
he was just really wild and like like I said, I've known Syd since high school. Yeah, so when this shit happened to your friend, you just be like,
ready to go. Look, you ready to take the charge too? I know,
and people know. And Syd will tell you, people know one thing about me. I'm 10 toes behind all my friends.
I've slashed tires. We've thrown bricks. We've done it all.
I had half of Charlotte like. I'm talking about like even like from when I was like elementary, middle, and I lived a different life and used to hang out with like real YNs. Like, I had them hit me up like, what's his address? Where he at? He can go today. And I'm like, y'all, it's not even worth it. Like, just let it be.
That's that.
He don't get his karma.
That's that accountability.
Life was already whooping his ass. They didn't need to whoop him no more.
Definitely whooping his ass. That's that accountability though, when men can't take accountability for how they act.
Yeah.
So they lash out on you. And at that point, he was just lashing out on her. He started lashing out on us on the podcast.
Yeah, he did. He blocked everybody on podcasts.
What did he say? He said I was unstable. What did he say I was?
He said what, you was unstable and
I was insecure, unstable. Oh, God. He told CEO he an old pervert. He went crazy.
He literally went in on everybody.
That's what they do though too, especially when they're in that corner, they can't do nothing, just like little hurt fucking dogs. It's terrible. Yeah.
But even from me doing that podcast interview, 3 more girls came out and said that they was also his girlfriend.
Yes.
Oh wow!
I literally had the whole timeline.
User
down packed to the point like we moved in December 8th into our apartment. We moved in December 8th of 2023. A girl broke up with him December 5th. that he was living with.
Yeah.
2023.
Hobo
So 3
sexual.
days, you driving Uber, or so you telling me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like you in this living situation, you preparing to get out. No, the girl done kicked you out and you've been in your car for 3 days. So that's why you can't wait to move on December 8th. Like he called me, like, cause I took the day off. He called me like 6:30 in the morning. Like, you up? I'm like,
Ready.
office doesn't even open at 10. My nigga. Like, calm down.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's like, I'm just so excited to live with you. Like, I got all this stuff for us.
His ass needed to take a shower.
Hobosexual. Hobosexual.
Listen. Oh,
God,
man.
and I mean, these stories be off the chain. The way these men out here are dogging women, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I really, really hate that for you. But you know what?
Mm.
What I find, just talking to so many women who've gone through these fucked up situations, everybody thrives on the other side of it.
Facts. I am.
You grow up, you glow up, you look beautiful. You ain't got to worry about no more bullshit. Like, at least you found out then you didn't waste 19 years.
I didn't have
no
no
kids.
kids. I didn't have nothing to time and
damn.
nothing.
Winning.
My God. So I know
Winning.
it's painful and it's so hurtful to go through that.
Yeah.
But again, this is your opportunity to learn from it, go off and do better. And then use your story to show people and talk to people as well, because there's somebody else going through the same bullshit.
Probably with the same man. Shit.
I mean, to be honest, that dick
It's
been all
so
over Charlotte.
like, yeah, like, no, when I tell y'all, it's so many girls that have come out the woodworks. It's to the point I'm just waiting for a man to say he was my boyfriend too. Like, that's how ridiculous it got.
It won't surprise me none.
It
The way
wouldn't
these
surprise
men
me
are
at
switching
all.
both sides nowadays.
It would not
honey.
surprise me at all.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is, I'm baffled. I'm
Damn.
just, my God.
Shout out to him though, because he gave us content for like 5 weeks.
I bet
So
he did,
shout out to him, because content matters.
Numbers did great.
Numbers did great. Content matters.
Those Instagram bonus checks was looking
was
lovely
crazy.
for the next couple months. I'm not gonna lie.
It
to
was
you.
crazy. So
I know that's right. Oh my God. Talk about taking pain and making it to profit.
Damn.
My
Turn
God.
your pain into pennies.
Ah.
Really.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Mhm.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Well, that was,
Thank you for that story.
thank you
That
for
was
sharing that. That was definitely a heavy one.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
oh my goodness.
Sorry, y'all.
No, don't apologize at all. We sorry. We just sorry you had to go through this. Like I said, my God, especially when you got to work through this shit too.
Yeah.
You at work and you find out this mess.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be the worst.
Mhm.
I mean, I remember so many times just sitting at work, just trying to hold, because me and her met at a job.
Yeah.
And I had just given birth to
Oh,
my
God.
son and found out my ex was cheating with me with 6 women.
Ugh.
But my my son was weeks old, and I just was and already struggling with postpartum,
And
and
emotions just
I was just like,
overwhelming.
how do I walk away here?
Yeah.
And I just tried to, granted, I'm at work in the bathroom crying all the time. It was like, yo, these men don't realize what the fuck they be
Nope.
putting us through.
No, they don't.
So you know what? I'm always happy to hear of stories of how we are, again, able to just find success after the bullshit
Yeah.
and
Yep.
continue to go out here and be great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we wasn't expecting to go over as long with the guys beforehand.
Mhm. Every time.
Because
Yeah,
they were some chatty ones too. Usually men come on and they kind of like,
quiet and
yeah.
reserved.
You gotta pull it out of them.
Yeah.
So they was forthcoming today. I mean, he was
Yeah.
talking about cheating and all. I'm like, damn,
He
okay.
was a little too enthusiastic.
Very happy about that, huh?
Going through his
The Negros.
divorce and sharing it all. So,
Love that.
oh my God.
You know that remind me of damn CEO. CEO would have been on
Okay.
here talking his.
Oh my goodness.
Divorced men have so
They are
much
the
to
most
say.
bitter.
They have so much to say.
Look,
They got,
we may have to do another one with him.
yeah, they got so much wisdom to share that they done
They
fucked
do.
up. It's
They do.
crazy.
But I always appreciate the ones who recognize, like, you know what? It was me. And
Right.
they're, at least in a space like this one, seems like he's trying to be more, practice his healing and being more honest and upfront about what he's doing and who
Right.
he is with people. Because
Right.
that's half it right there. Like, these out here just lying.
Right.
Be real about it.
Right.
If you're out here being a hoe, just say that. Because there's some women who are
Give
okay
me a
with that. Because
choice.
they're being hoes
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Give me a
Yeah.
choice.
And y'all might just have a great time together, and that's just all that ends up
Exactly what I
being.
just
But
said.
when these niggas out here acting like, oh, I want to make you my wife. I want to build a future with you. I want to have our
Bruh.
children.
Bruh.
Stop all that.
Bruh.
Nobody got time.
That's
Bruh.
Lord have mercy. Well, y'all, there it is. Another dope-ass episode of the Hoe-Busters. Why can't I fucking talk? I'm going to let her finish it. I need a break.
Well, there it is, y'all. Another dope episode of the Hoe-Busters Podcast. Thank you to
Taris.
and
Sydney.
Of the No Advisory Podcast.
Yes,
No
Advisory
Podcast. For coming in to join us today for a great conversation. Thank you all out there for tuning in and watching us. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notifications. Don't forget you can listen to us on all podcast streaming platforms, and please drop us a 5-star review if you're enjoying our show. Like this video and leave us comments if you have any questions. We'll make sure to tag our guests' social media pages so you can check out more of their content.
Yes.
And if you happen to be in the Charlotte area and want to be a guest, I was about to say a contestant.
Come on, we need to do a game show or a dating show or something.
Okay.
Up in this
I will be on there. Y'all help me up. Listen, if you like your women plus size,
You know what I'm saying?
I got a 401k, jobs. Come see me, baby. Come see me.
Listen,
Look, I'll be on there too with you.
you can apply on our website. Until next time, peace, y'all.
Peace. Thanks, y'all. Oh my goodness. This was too fun.